Guys, we just had a huge day, a massive day right here on Capitol Hill and at the White House. My name is Ben Dorr. I am one of the board members of the American Firearms Coalition. I'm also the executive director of Minnesota Gun Rights, and we have a live report for you right now from the White House, which is right behind us here. We've had a tremendous day meeting with U.S. senators, congressmen on your behalf, telling them what gun owners expect. It seemed like they were just blown away that anybody from a gun rights organization would even walk into their office and tell them what gun owners want. But that is what we promised you we would do. We have so much to talk about. Right off the bat, share this video. Share it with your family and friends. If you know how to start a watch party, please do
Fire them
that.
Up. Fire them up.
Yes, we delivered. Oh man, there's so much to talk about. We delivered your 116,000 petitions to President Trump, to the White House, so that they know we are totally opposed. Gun owners are totally opposed to red flag gun seizure legislation. So share this video. Come on in, guys. We're all here, the board members of the American Firearms Coalition, most of us anyway, and a lot of other staff, volunteers, folks from other gun rights organizations. We're here to talk to you tonight about what happened today on Capitol Hill and at the White House.
First of all, we got done with the White House a little while ago, but let's back up a couple of hours. What Ben just said is probably the most stunning occurrence that happened here today was that so many staffers, so many political hacks, so many assistants to these legislators up here, to these U.S. senators and congressmen, were shocked that there were actually people there to talk with them specifically about gun rights. A lot of them said that, well, yeah, thanks for coming by. We know that we have a lot of people back home in the districts or back in the states that like gun rights, but we just, we're just shocked to actually see people here talking about gun rights on their behalf. And we thought, what in the heck does that mean? We know what it means, but that was probably the biggest, most illuminating fact of what happened here today. People were blown away that there were gun rights lobbyists, activists there in their offices to say, hell no on red flag gun confiscation orders.
Yep, and guys, as always, so we're from a lot of different states. I live in Minnesota. Chris lives in Ohio. We have Aaron who's here, goes to Iowa. A lot of different states. We're from a lot of different states. We had a lot of different people to talk to today. So we're splitting up. We were going to office to office. I mean, we were going into Minnesota. Jim Hagedorn. We went to Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. She's out traipsing around the country with a fanciful idea that she's going to be president. That's the most, that's bad. That's really bad. But anyway, we stopped in, told them, the members of the American Firearms Coalition, the members of Minnesota Gun Rights, speaking for me personally, are totally opposed to their radical leftist agenda of gun control and dominating your Second Amendment freedoms. We said not now, not ever, not ever, not ever. We were talking with a couple of Minnesota congressmen, and he's like, how are you guys even here? He said, oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. He said, how did you shut down gun control in Minnesota this year? I said the members of Minnesota Gun Rights and the American Firearms Coalition dumped 120,000 emails into the Capitol in St. Paul. And his mouth did that. What? Yeah, that's how we got it done, guys. We went, I don't know where all of you guys even went today. We talked to so many congressmen and senators. And again, like Chris said, it's not a message they seem to hear very often, right? You always hear things about, oh yeah, that Chris Cox, he's the executive director of the NRA, and he's always working the halls up in Congress, fighting on behalf of gun owners.
We didn't see him.
It's a joke. It's a joke. These other organizations who pretend to have some sort of presence here, AWOL.
It was really cool, guys. So today we got here, we went to work. I'm gonna pop my umbrella
I'm
open
gonna get
here
this man an umbrella
because it is starting to get a little bit more wet out here. So I'm gonna pop this up here real quick. But we immediately got to work. Like we said earlier in our earlier video, there's a lot of us here today. Aaron Dorr from Iowa Gun Owners was there. Patrick Parsons from Georgia Gun Owners. Greg Pruitt from the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance. And of course myself. And so we all kind of split up and started working the states that we are operating in, that we're fighting for gun rights in. My first stop was into Senator Rob Portman's office. Everybody knows Rob Portman is anything but a stalwart when it comes to the issue of gun rights. We had to let him know, look, we know you're buddy-buddy with your friend Lindsey Graham, but this issue is something that gun owners in Ohio are completely fired up about. Absolutely fired up about. Sorry, folks, a little break in the action here. And that was kind of the name of the game all day. We visited, speaking for myself, I went to Jim Jordan's office, spoke with them. As you guys all know, Jim Jordan is a very staunch supporter of the Second Amendment, and his staff seemed very inclined that he would fight this thing tooth and nail. Went to Steve Shabbat's office, went to several other Ohio congressional delegations' offices, but the message was the same. Everywhere we went, people were like, you know, hey, thanks for stopping by. We don't get this. We don't get this before.
Yeah, and that was kind of the crux of it right there. They said, well, what exactly are you doing here today other than meeting with us? And that came down. I don't know. Have we posted the pictures yet? I don't know if the pictures are up on the American Firearms Coalition page yet. But your 116,000 petitions are what we delivered. That's a massive message. It's a huge message. You might go, oh man, there's so many millions of people in America. Well, when these people don't get any petitions from anyone opposing gun control, 116,000 may be the largest delivery of petitions to the White House that they've ever gotten. They were sure acting that way, guys. Yeah. We delivered them. If you signed your petition, if you are a member of the American Firearms Coalition, then today your petition with your name on it was given to your president, telling him to fight for them, to fight for you, to shut down red flag gun seizure legislation and nail this coffin shut. You want to step in, Eric?
Yeah, keep in mind when we first started to arrange this petition drop here at the White House, the staff was like, wait a minute, you want to do what?
Physical petitions?
Physical petitions? And we said, yeah, that's what we're coming out there to do. We're coming out there on behalf of gun owners from every single state in America to drop these things off because this is a serious issue. And they said nobody had ever done it before. Not ever.
Yeah, guys, we worked all over Aaron Dorr here with Iowa. It is pouring rain now, so if you can't see the White House, our umbrellas are kind of covering it. But like Chris and Ben said, we worked offices all over Capitol Hill today. I spent a lot of time in Senator Joni Ernst's office as well as Senator Grassley for all the Iowans. You know, I got to tell you, the staff in both those buildings were receptive, but they all kept saying, well, they don't support this bill as written. And I kept saying, well, what changes will they find acceptable? I think because as Iowans, we don't find any version of red flag gun seizure law acceptable.
Right.
There's no good version. There's no safe language. We find it all reprehensible that you could lose your guns having never been convicted. It's getting freaking wet out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, so Joni Ernst's staff, I gotta tell you guys, if you're in Iowa, they're talking this game, but they make it sound like with certain changes, they're willing to support it. Now, Chris was in Josh Hawley's office. For all the Missourians here, I was in Roy Blunt's office. You hit Josh Hawley's office.
Yeah,
no respect for gun owners.
Exactly. For MOFC, I walked in there, and this is one of those times when they weren't so receptive. They were absolutely rude to us, and we just said, look, this is a federal funding bill. They trotted out that same line about, well, we'd have to see if there's due process in it. We said, this is a funding bill for the states. There is no way that if you give the states the money that you can ensure that anything resembling due process is passed in the final bills. And so that was one experience where his staff was completely rude, and we had to slap him around a little bit and say, hey, this is serious.
Let's be clear, we're talking about our friends, in quotation marks. This is Josh Hawley. This is Senator Joni Ernst. This is Charles Grassley. We weren't even talking to Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah, Rob Portman.
These are supposed to be our allies. And so, you know, folks, the message here is that we're fighting like hell, trying to shut this thing down, but there's no guarantee right now. This is not our only trip in Washington, D.C. We're going to have to come back. They're obviously not hearing from the NRA, or well, of course we know they are, and they're being told that it's okay, that they want to have this bill passed into law. So if you're in a red state, I'll move over. Okay. If you're in a red state, you know, you have to realize that these people, they're not our friends. Yeah. They're not our friends. And so we had tons of meetings, you know, Ernst, Grassley, Portman, Holly, Blunt, a whole bunch of U.S. senators, and some more in Georgia, but this fight's going to continue.
Yeah, guys, that umbrella needs to go up a bit. Hey, guys, pouring down rain out here. Patrick Parsons, Executive Director of Georgia Gun Owners, stopped by Isaacson's office today, Senator Perdue's office today, guys. I know a lot of their form letters that have been coming out have not given y'all a lot of confidence about where they stand on dangerous red flag gun confiscation legislation, guys. Keep up the heat. You can head over to the American Firearms Coalition website at AmericanFirearmsCoalition.org. You can send your email directly now to a Georgia office, North Carolina office. Remember, for those of y'all in North Carolina, Senator Burr has not been good on this issue. He's not giving confident responses. I mean, Tom Tillis and Burr, I believe, guys. So Georgia, North Carolina, keep up the heat. We were in the White House earlier today, guys. Your petitions are delivered against this dangerous legislation. I was trying to tally them up earlier today, guys. I think in between Georgia and North Carolina, maybe 35 to 40,000 of those that were delivered here, guys. So keep up the heat. Make sure your voice is heard. The suppressor issue, I saw a lot of questions about that. We spoke with White House staff on the suppressor issue recently, guys. Our understanding is that they have briefed the president on the suppressor issue. That doesn't mean we need to keep up or let down on the heat, guys.
Exactly.
Remember, that's already a freaking federal law, right? $200 tax stamp, maybe 6 to 9 months.
Six-part process, absolutely.
Right, exactly, guys. So it's nonsense what's going on up here on the Second Amendment issue. We need to be on offense.
You were there to meet with me today in Senator Grass's office,
right?
Patrick, and our main question to his judiciary staffer who runs gun issues, after we discussed the problems of the policy, our main question was, why the hell are we having to be here on defense in 2019?
Right, we need to be on offense.
We understand we were on defense for 8 years under Obama, but that's a long freaking time ago. Why are we having to be here on defense in the Senate, in the Republican-controlled Senate,
that's right,
in 2019? If you guys agree that it's time to go on offense for a change, give us a big thumbs up, because we're sick and tired of having to be here and stop gun control in 2019. Right. We're way past that. We want to see pro-gun bills, but instead, we're out here fighting because the NRA was okay with fixed NICS, Dianne Feinstein's bill. The NRA was okay with banning bump stocks, and the NRA is okay with a red flag gun seizure. We're talking about a gun seizure. It's not a magazine, Patrick. We're not talking about an AR-15.
Exactly.
They're seizing your firearms simply because your ex-spouse, your angry ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, hates your guts, files a complaint. That's it. That's it. It's just crazy that we're fighting these fights in 2019.
And look, the fights are not free, guys, and we're always going to ask y'all to get involved in the fight. A lot of y'all have joined up today at joinafc.org, AmericanFirearmsCoalition.org, guys. Go over there today. Dozens and dozens and dozens of people have been joining up with the American Firearms Coalition. JoinAFC.org, JoinAFC.org. Get involved in the fight. It's fast, simple, safe, secure. It takes you about 60 seconds to join up. If you like the work, the dedication, the heart, the passion, the intensity of this Second Amendment fight that we're fighting on your behalf, not only in the White House today, but on Capitol Hill and in state legislatures across the country, join the American Firearms Coalition today at joinafc.org. I'm going to bring in Greg Pruitt of the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance. Washington Gun Rights, you're doing some consulting with it as well, guys, for the guys on the West Coast. Tell us what you heard today on Capitol Hill, Greg. What did you see? What was going on?
First of all, guys, I hope you're enjoying this. This is gun grabber tears raining down on the swamp right now, because we're here fighting for you guys at the Capitol, at the White House. But like they've already mentioned, we had a tremendous day. Every staffer or congresswoman or man that we talked to seemed absolutely stunned that these groups were here fighting on your behalf. They told me, Congressman Fulcher's office told me, gun grabbers come in all the time. They're always here. So it was really awesome to go in and fight for you guys on their behalf. Now, my favorite part of the day may have been the looks on the faces of Nancy Pelosi's staff when I walked into their office and I said, we've got a message from gun owners, from the American Firearms Coalition, no more gun control. And they just kind of looked at me and said, okay. So, but we just, tons and tons of staffers that we talked to. We talked to Crapo's office and Rish's office and Fulcher's office in Idaho. Right. And then Shire and Newhouse in Washington. So we are here, drenched in the rain, fighting for you guys, and we're not going anywhere.
Exactly, guys. And look, double down. As we told you, 116,000 of your signed petitions today. StopRedFlags.com. When we get to 200, we get to 250, we'll come back. We'll do it again. So head over there at StopRedFlags.com. Get your friends and family involved. Join the American Firearms Coalition. Join AFC.org. This is a fight that's not going to go away. You saw it with the Virginia Beach shooting the other day. The fake news media immediately jumped on the suppressor issue. No details to any of it, guys. No mention of a $200 tax stamp. No mention of the federal government. You got to get it cleared through. None of it. Crisis is the friend of the state. Never let a crisis go to waste. They're going to try to do it over and over and over again, guys. We've got to be ready for the fight. Got to be involved in the fight. Any of you guys want to jump in here?
They're both jumping in.
Okay, these guys are hopping in. Talk to you later.
All right, guys, take care. Good luck.
Someone cover that light. Cover that light.
Woo! All right, guys,
Cover
it's
the
a
light,
little
Patrick.
damp out here.
Cover
It's a
the
little
light.
damp. This is something I want to tell you. We're not going to be at it too much longer.
Patrick.
We're going to have more of an in-depth
Yeah.
conversation on this in the days ahead. Let you know exactly what happened here. But here's something I want to tell you. Spent a lot of time in the White House today. A lot of time on Capitol Hill in these buildings today. Pictures
Yeah.
of our first president, George Washington, of our founding fathers.
Beautiful
Behind the
history.
walls, hundreds of years old. The plates given to Martha Washington. We saw beautiful things today. And to me, what it said was freedom. It said patriotism. It said America. And it's our job to
This
fight for
country is worth fighting for.
Amen.
That's what it said.
It doesn't matter who occupies the state, the Congress here. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It is our job as Americans to fight for our families, to fight for our freedom, to fight for what our founding fathers gave us.
Amen.
To save it, to protect it, to
Amen.
pass on. It was incredible. It made the hair stand up on my arm.
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible to see what we saw today. And we looked at each other. We said,
We got to do more.
We
We
gotta
got
do more.
to fight harder. We
Yeah.
got to take the fight to them every single step in turn. You know, we were walking around through the Capitol today, going from office to office to office, and when we get this look from these people, like, what are you guys doing? You're gun activists. There should be gun rights activists, ball busters, going through the halls of that Capitol every single day, because there is so much on the line. There is so much on the line.
yeah,
We need you to stand with us.
yes. Go to joinafc.org. Get some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Get some skin in the game. Help us fight for you. Help us fight for you. We got to do it. Now's our time. Our children need it. Our grandchildren deserve it. Our great-grandchildren. So that our children's children's children can stand here someday and go, thank God.
Yes.
My grandfather,
Yeah.
my grandmother,
Yeah.
my my ancestors fought for my beautiful freedoms, because right now there's a lot of nasty people lining these beautiful halls. They're beautiful buildings. Clearly the people who built them had a vision for America, a beautiful America. We've got to put the heat on these people. We have to fight against their leftist agenda. We have to advance our freedoms. Go to joinafc.org. If you're already a member, go to AmericanFirearmsCoalition.org. Make a contribution. Help us grow this organization into an absolute monster that the people in these buildings around us cannot ignore. Today, 116,000 petitions. The very first. There will be so many more and so much more that happens in the days, weeks, and frankly, years to come. Get on board. Become one of the founding members of the American Firearms Coalition. Go to joinafc.org, become a member, and stand with us. We're fighting for you.
We love you. I think we're going to end it there. We love you all very much. Everything that you've given to us so far for resources that we could put to use immediately. We couldn't be here without you. We couldn't have delivered those petitions without you, with all of you sharing this stuff all over the place. On behalf of this team, this soaked to the bone team here in Washington, D.C., thank you so much. We love you so much. We'll never betray you. We will never let you down. We'll never stop. We'll never quit. And we're proud to be here standing with you. So with that, we're going to end it. Have a good night.
We'll talk to you later. God bless you.